Good afternoon. It is February 8th, 2022, and today we have a range day. I'm starting early because I got to look after my son. His daycare shut down, so that's going to be the case all week, so I'm not too sure how consistent I'll be with these videos. But here we are today. Had the overnight highs and lows that did influence prices for quite a while. You can see we have a measured move up here, and we haven't quite reached that, but we're getting some strong buying. So there could be a measured move hit soon. Early on, we stayed in this range, chopping around. You can see all my short-term trend channels. Not much clear price action going on here, but it does look like we might have made this move down and then like one leg of correction, two legs of correction before reversing. Let's take a look at these trades though. So it looks like maybe a close outside right here and move to a new low. Maybe this is the first close outside, move to a new low. And then you get a first entry, second entry. I like that setup. You can see we ticked higher right here, and then we got this fairly bearish bar right here, and that was a pretty significant move down. So maybe this is a bit risky because it looks like we could be inside of this channel, but I like the way this sets up. You got a bunch of people trapped going long right here, probably on this signal bar, so I like that. But then it looks like we're trending up, and you get a first entry, second entry. Price has been flipping on both sides of the EMA, so I wasn't too worried about that. And then you get a higher low right here that kind of looks like a failed second entry short. There is congestion there for this failure, but I like how it bounced off the trend channel yet again. So both of those get you some good moves. We come up, find some resistance right here, and then we bounce. First entry, failed second entry. What I will say is that though this is off the trend channel, prices are going back and forth. You're going into the highs, and that's not quite at the EMA. So I think that's why this as a failure did not work. I think this is 4 ticks. I think you have 4 ticks here. Yeah, 4 ticks. So not likely that you got out right there. If you wait for the pullback, that's a doji, and now it just looks like congestion. I mean, even here, this looks like congestion. So keep that in mind too. But yeah, we find resistance near these highs. Then we bounce off the trend channel again, and you get a first entry, failed second entry. And this, there aren't quite dojis really. You could argue this is a doji, but it looks like we're getting some rejection. Maybe because this didn't bounce off the trend channel and go to the top, maybe you should be more wary there, but I marked that. But then when we bounce here again, that's like a triple test right there. And then you get a first entry, failed second entry, long. I like that because you got room to the lows. And then you get a higher low just because we keep bouncing there, and maybe if we break this channel, we'll retest these highs. You do get a scalp there. So there's that. We find resistance at these highs right here. Resistance, boom. And we break lower. And so people are probably piling on the shorts there, but that's just below the overnight lows. And so that wasn't a strong breakout. You get a first entry. Failed second entry, you actually might consider that. I think I meant to mark that. And I'm pretty sure you get out there with a nice scalp. 68.50. Yeah, you do get out with a scalp. 5 ticks. So I'm not sure. You would actually be going. You could go long above this bar anyway, because that is a failure. And I don't know if my microphone picked that up, but my son just pulled the curtains off the wall. So I'll be lucky to make a video every day this week for sure. But this failure is right here. Get us a quick scalp out of that. We bounce off the overnight lows again. First entry, failed second entry, too far away, doesn't set up. First entry, second entry. By that time, that's definitely congestion. And yeah, it breaks. It leads to a break. Come down here. Test these overnight lows once more. Goes a little higher. I don't think that's a good setup. You don't have a lot of room back to the EMA. And then this one. This does look like a second entry long, so I'm going to mark this. This looks similar to something that happened yesterday in Macton Market, but I'm not too sure what the context was there. But you get a first entry, failed second entry. I marked this blue, though there is congestion here. But with that many bounces off the overnight lows, I think I feel pretty confident marking that one. We get that leg up. And that forms a spike in channel, and you get a first entry, failed second entry short. That's also a second entry long, confirming this trend line. I think you have to take that. It is going into the longs, and that's probably, or the highs, and that's probably why I marked it green. But with a move like this, straight up, and confirming that trend channel, I like that. And then this looks like a second entry too. I'm going to mark that green, but that looks really good. First entry, failed second entry, doesn't look like it touches the trend channel enough. Then we get a first entry, second entry. It's the first break of that. First break of this trend. Trying to think of what else. It's a second entry long. Doesn't set up too great just because of that doji, but that looks like a second entry. So I'm going to mark that. Maybe I should mark it green. Yeah, I'll mark that green. And we make a new high and keep going. And this looks like a strong move up. First entry, second entry. This is a good one. I like this one. You can see they trapped shorts right after that. With this bearish bar. So, but with these moves up, it's very strong. I like it. And nothing up here. We make a leg of correction. Failed second entry long, but this is on the wrong side of the EMA. And then we find all this support here, and I actually got trapped on my practice account taking this double test. And I guess the only thing I can say for why that didn't work is because we don't have enough evidence that we're going back up high here. We're on the other side of the EMA, and this attempt failed. So, you know, this one works right after, so I got stopped out by a tick. But I think, yeah, we just didn't have enough evidence that we were going higher. You can see they trap all the shorts, and I actually think, I mean, you might consider this. This is a second entry short with a very bearish signal bar, and it looks like a counter trend breakout. You can see this high and this high. It looks like it breaks out above that. And then we come down here, and you get a first entry, second entry short, very bearish signal bar, bearish setup. We find support right here. And now we know we're going lower, and you get a first entry, second entry short. If you don't enter on one of these, this just felt like a trap, a bull trap right here with these dojis. So if you didn't enter on those, you can enter on this one. And then when we get this test, so look at this test. It's a triple test. It kind of looks like a hidden second entry, but also the reason I am going to mark this, even though I got trapped on this one up here, look how much space you have back to the EMA. So that's why I'm going to keep that marked. We make this very big leg up. That's the trade that I see that I liked, and I would guess that prices are trying to hit that measure of move, but we're still finding some resistance. So that's what I saw for today. We'll take a look at the trade I took. It was right at the beginning. I did leave it marked, so I'm happy about that. It is a second entry. First entry, second entry, so it is a good trade. No problems with it. It's clearly a two-legged pullback, and it's off a trend line, so I think just a solid entry. So I hope everyone had a great day, and I will hopefully be back making a video tomorrow. There's the last look at the chart. Have a good day.